But
All right, here we go. All right, so first, oh, hold on, pause. Okay, so welcome to another video. I'm here with someone I went to school with. I'm off. Let's start from the top. Start from the top. I don't know why I'm so off today. Okay, welcome
good
to another
luck.
video. I'm here with someone special today. Someone I went to school with. Actually a brother of a friend of mine. Um, so let's go start. We're gonna start with you can introduce yourself and where you're from.
Yeah, so Miles, I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm Grant Dunn, owner of Health Done Right, Dunn. And yeah, a little bit about me. Went to Cedar Ridge. The high school we went to together. But
Yeah.
yeah, I graduated from Texas State University last May. So about a year. Damn, I'm getting old. And yeah, I'm currently a business owner while working full time in corporate wellness for a great company called Exos. Um, I'm a personal training certification through NSCA, working on my CSCS through NSCA. And yeah, I do a lot of marketing as well, social media marketing at the company I work at, as well as obviously through the business. So a little bit about me.
Okay, so I heard some familiar certifications. How long did it take you to get those certifications, and what made you want to get those certifications?
Yeah, so like my junior year at Texas State, I had a few professors who, I went to their office hours a lot, built connections with them. Did an internship as well with the strength and conditioning program at Texas State, so worked with a lot of the athletes there. Um, and the next step just kind of seemed like to get my personal training certification. So I did that. Started working at Anytime Fitness at a commercial gym, which was, there's pros and cons with that. But I did that while at Texas State, and yeah, it just made sense. When COVID hit, I
Hmm.
actually looked at going into like healthcare admin and like all other different routes because like at the time like I wasn't really personal training just like everyone else. Like no one really had a job because of COVID, and so it really made me like think like what do I want to do long term. And I was like a year and a half out from graduating. So, I kind of had to put the brakes on like some of my aspirations or what I thought I wanted to do. But at that point, I had my personal training certification through NSCA. I had just got that, um, and then now, fast forward, to now, my CSCS, although I don't work directly with a lot of athletes, it's a certification that I, hold a lot of value in. And, it's just a good certification to have if I do work with more athletes. A lot of my clients right now are just general population. But if I do work with more athletes down the line, like it's a good certification to have.
Okay. Going off when you that talked about COVID, which happened about 2 years ago, was probably your junior year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what kept you moving? Because a lot of people that were struggling 2 years ago was trying to stay motivated or try to keep up with what they were doing 2 years ago. Like some people were just graduating college or even high school. So what kept you moving within what you were doing in college?
Uh, Honestly, bro, I remember during that time, like I was at the tail end of a relationship as well. So
Uh-huh.
mentally and emotionally, on top of just COVID, I was just like not like at 100% in terms of like my mentality. But at the same time, like I was gonna graduate. That wasn't really like the problem. It was just more so like what I wanted to do. So I mean, like I said, for me to keep moving, like I just had that in me of just finding things to like I just kept researching a lot. That was my biggest thing. I kept researching like different avenues, different paths, career paths, all that. Then actually about 6 months, like 6, 7 months after COVID first hit is when I started Health Done Right.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I really was like, okay, like, this is what I want to do. Whatever it, turns out to be long term, cool. But like I knew at the time, that's what I wanted to do. So that's really what's kind of been keeping me moving, to be honest with you. Like continuing to grow that, and help people. So that's what's been
Okay.
keeping me moving.
And with you saying you had some long-term goals. Yeah, what's your goals? Like what's your goals on like what you want to do within the next 5 years? Like, you know how everyone asks, what do you see yourself in 5 years? So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Mm, that's a great question. I love that question. We all get it. 5 years, so I'll be like 29. At that point, I would like to completely be running Health Done Right and it'd be self-sufficient. Um, like I said, I do work full time, 40 hours a week, like while doing and growing the business on the side. But at that point, I would hope that, Health Done Right will just be the only thing I'm doing. Other goals as well, like I want to write as well. So I write for blogs. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with like blogs. You see like when you Google something like a health related topic, like Healthline
Mhm.
will come up or like the Mayo Clinic, things like that. Like I want to, write um, for blogs like that, along with running my business. Another thing too is like doing social media for other companies as well. That would probably be within the next couple years. But those are really some of the goals within the next like 2 to 3 years. But yeah, bro, like I have a list of goals on my notes on my phone. A lot of them are just like little goals that lead up to those things. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay, so after past few days, I was scrolling through Instagram. So like what gives you the ideas like for each work? Because like for each workout, because you can't just have general workouts like the regular bench press and stuff like that. So what gives you ideas on different workouts and different stretches and stuff like that?
Honestly, bro, it's just through my experience. Like, I mean,
Mm,
whether it's within strength and conditioning, I've worked in a physical therapy outpatient clinic. I've worked at a commercial gym, Anytime Fitness. I've been involved in research. My job now in corporate wellness. It's just like my experience. Like, I'm in this, So it's like just learning from colleagues or learning from friends. One thing that's tough, especially with social media, and you see it, it's like people they have to come up with like the best exercise, to get noticed. And it's just like that if you don't need all of that, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, like there's a lot of people who are coming into the field and it's tough because you got to get creative with what you do. But yeah, but as far as like all my stretches that I learned and just movement patterns and all that, like it's just things that I've learned from people. There's some of them I get creative on, but I really just try to, stick to the basics as much as possible because that's really what works.
okay, so within the last like 4 or 5 years, like literally 5 years ago, you was just getting out of high school, about to start college. Like what initially got you into it? Like was it like a sport you played? 'Cause I remember you played football, right? In high
Yeah,
school? Yeah, so like what got
football
you
and
like what
baseball.
yeah, so what got you like was it just working out every day or was it just like yeah, was it working out every day that got you like say like I want to do this in the future, like just keep working out every day.
Right. Um, yeah, I mean, I played football and baseball, and it was weird. Like I always looked at people's like mannerisms and the way they like ran and moved. It was really weird, but I always knew deep down I had like an interest for like the human body.
Uh,
And but what's interesting is when I went to college, my first major was like finance and accounting. It wasn't even
uh,
kinesiology or anything. And so my first year and a half, that's what I did. And I have a business admin minor, which is cool, but I did finance and stuff. And then I finally realized, like, bruh, like you need to go into like kinesiology, exercise science. Like this is what you enjoy. And so that was really it. For me, like I've always been undersized, so that was another thing. Like I love working out, especially like in high school and stuff, and learning how to work out. So when I graduated high school, like I worked out a lot more and just to like get bigger and stronger, to be honest. And now I'm at the point where, obviously you see on my page and through my business, like I like to promote healthier habits that can get
mhm.
people to, reach whatever goal they have, whether it's getting bigger or stronger, or losing weight or being able to squat lower, whatever it is. So it's just transition, from high school, wanting to just like lift and then to where it is now. So that's what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. So not too long ago I saw the after the fact about a live you had a discussion about like mental health and stuff like that. So like how do you keep your mental health healthy or keep your mental health intact? Especially throughout the past like 2 1 2 years, 1 to 2 years. What did you do to keep your head straight?
Yeah, bro, that's a good question. The IG live was over like men's emotional health specifically. And so specifically like with men being more vulnerable, I feel like you still have this stigma behind us as men, we can't be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And it still happens. Quite frankly, I don't think it's really gotten much better. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it. And so for me, some of the things I do is I try to let some people in, whether it's my girlfriend or close friends or close family members, and open up to them when I need to talk about something. I think that's something that's really important. I mean, granted, you shouldn't be doing it every single day. I mean, that's kind of overwhelming, but I think it's important to
Uh-huh.
open up to people who are close to you. So that's kind of how I kind of keep going and keep myself grounded.
Okay, so yeah, with you having like with you working a full-time job and trying to start up a business and running an Instagram page, how do you personally keep your stress down? Like, do you just take some time away and sit down and like just relax a little bit, or do you just go back and work out to keep your stress down?
You would think working out would be it, bro, but unfortunately, like working out has become like not a job, but I mean, with filming and stuff, like you have to like it's part of like working out now. Like it's part of the job, like going to film and video stuff. So I wouldn't even say it's working out. Honestly, I just like to be alone. Like I like to read. I have like 3 books right here that I'm reading, and so like I like to read a lot. That helps me kind of keep my stress down. I'll watch like comedians. I like watching. I like laughing. It takes a lot for me to laugh, so it's like if I can find someone who makes me laugh, I like laughing. So that's kind of how I keep it down. But that's a good question because honestly, I mean, especially for guys, it's like I feel like it's hard to kind of keep that stress down because you want to like keep moving. Like even for you, like with
Hmm.
having this podcast and YouTube page, like you're always thinking of things and people to
Yeah.
bring on, and it's just like you're always thinking. You're in school, and so it's just like it's a lot.
Okay. So going off of the because you said you like reading books. You said you're reading 3 books. What are the 3 books you're reading right now, and what are the type of books you like reading in your
Yeah.
in your free
So
time?
this one right here, Richest Man in Babylon.
Hmm.
Great. That's my second time reading that. This one, Breaking the Habit, Being Yourself. This is a really hard book to read. And then the third one, I'm technically studying. It's a textbook. It's a CSCS book. It's over there. But those are 3 right now. And yeah, it's those are the types of stuff. I mean, self help, philosophical books about your body, so like anatomy, exercise physiology, things like that. And that's really about it. There was a book I read that was fictional the other month, so that was cool to kind of change it up. But usually like nonfiction type of stuff.
Okay. So what is a typical day slash typical week in your time in your life? Like, what do you do throughout the 7 days or throughout the 30 days in a month? What do you do in life if you would like to share?
Oof, oof, it's a lot, bro. I'll just give you like the day by day breakdown. So depending on when I work, let's say I work in the morning. Like tomorrow I work at 6 a.m. So
Mhm.
I'll wake up like at 4:45, 5. Go to work. I will put out some content. Like I'll post something tomorrow, my story and on my page. I'll text clients tomorrow as well. I'll do my day-to-day work stuff at my job, my 9 to 5, which includes
Mhm.
like social media stuff, talking with clients there, talking with the members there, things like that. And then I'll get off and I'll work out around an hour. I'll get home. I'll eat, of course. I'll usually study, read, things like
Mhm.
that. Then I'll hang out with my girlfriend a few times a week, and then that's really it, bro.
Okay. So in regards to your workouts, like what are your favorite days? Like you like favorite doing chest, legs, arms, back, or anything in regards to that?
I like deadlifting. That's my favorite day. So everything like in the posterior, so like your back, your hamstrings, anything that has to do with deadlifting. I don't like upper body anymore.
Hmm.
I post, but like with my arm and everything, like my arm's kind of messed up. So it's just like I still do upper body days and press days, but yeah, I like deadlifting. It's the
Okay.
best. It's the best lift. If you're wondering, it's the best lift.
Okay. So as I've been working out for the past few years, even throughout high school, do you rather do would you rather do like push slash pull, or would you do like specific days like you do like chest, maybe include like triceps and some shoulders, or you do like push and pull type of days?
Honestly, like I don't like to do push and pull on the same day, but I've actually been doing it more recently and I like it. But yeah, bro, the amount of programs and splits that I've done, it's I mean, it's like I mean dozens at this point. So I mean, I don't know, like I like to base my workouts around like squatting, bench press, and deadlift, and then work around that.
Okay, so yeah, going on to your splits, like how do you mix it up? Do you have like a specific routine where you do like legs on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, chest Mondays and Wednesdays, and legs 2 days out the week, or you just go with the flow?
Yeah, I mean, like I put together my program, so I use like Google Sheets and stuff. So I have a program right now, but it's not really like Mondays is always legs. It kind of just depends. Like for instance, this next week I'm going to Dallas like this Friday, so like
Uh,
that kind of changes things up. So I mean, but I usually try and get 4 workouts in a week. So whenever that is, that's when I go. So I don't really. It's not like Tuesday is always leg day. Like it may be a Thursday that week. So it just depends.
okay, so what advice would you give to say your younger brothers or to the younger generation, to the kids just starting college or in high school? What advice would you give to them, like regarding to schooling or starting up like a fitness page or something like that? What advice would you give to them?
In regards to school, if you go to university, my advice would be to get networked with as many people as possible. I hate the word network, but to be
Mhm.
as social as possible. I think that's really important. The learning aspect is cool, but like what I've learned is like the people you know, the relationships you build are literally going to help you, throughout the rest of your life. So that would be the advice, at least like for schooling and stuff. As far as like the health and wellness stuff, like starting a page, like everyone's doing that. So it's like you have to really be invested in it. I see a lot of people starting and then they stop because they realize how hard it is
Mhm.
and how like saturated it is. Like you don't really make a lot of money at first. Like I don't like make racks or anything like that off of this right now. Like a lot of it's just like investing my time in putting out content, getting my name out there. So that's the one thing I would say if you're really trying to start a business in general, it's like you really got to be invested and understand that you're not going to make money in the first, year, 2, really 3 years, depending on like what you're doing. So that's the advice I have.
Okay, so this is the last question. This is gonna stick in regards to advice. Like, say, like if you to go back 4 years, like 4 years ago, you was just finishing your freshman year of college, or see you go back a few more years to yourself freshman year of high school. What advice would you give to yourself personally? Like, yeah, what advice?
Um, that's kind of two questions. You said like beginning of college and beginning of high school.
Mhm.
Um, Honestly, bro, I wouldn't change anything, but if I were to
Mhm.
change something, it would be to put myself out there more. Like I'm an extroverted introvert, so it's like I'm introverted at heart, but I know how to be more extroverted. That's what that is. But I've just learned I've learned how important it is to put yourself out there. And so, again, like I said, whether it's beginning of high school or beginning of college, like I didn't really do that a lot. Like, yeah, I was involved in stuff and played sports and all that, but I really didn't understand who I was as a person. And so that was hard for me to put myself out there. So that's the only thing I would change. But like I said, I wouldn't change it because it's who I am and it's made me who I am today. So
Okay,
what it is.
I like that answer for sure. I like that answer. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah, girl. I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out your time to sit down and talk for a little bit. And I'll drop your socials down in the description down below. And have a nice one, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You too. I appreciate you.
You too.